Welcome back to Pouring Through Life. I'm on to experiment number 3 with XIM Latex Extender. This time I'm going to show you how I mix and how I'm also going to be trying a non-Amsterdam product to see if I still get the reactions that I did. Just as a reminder, this was the first one that I did. Turned out good. Dried nice. I think it's dry. I don't want to touch it yet though. There's a little crack right there, but all in all, a little crazing. It's not perfect, but you know, that is old paint too. And then there's this one from last night that I love. I think it's beautiful, and I'm totally cool with this one. And then I'm gonna go through the colors that I'm gonna use. This is a 6x6 tile. It is taped across the back, so no messy. My colors are Folk Art Antique Copper, Art Mine's Pearl White, 24 karat gold by Deco Art. Then I have the Folk Art Color Shift Black, Aqua Flash, and the Folk Art Color Shift Dragon Flash, which is kind of a darker green. So my paint that I'm using as a cell activator is, and I forgot already, this word that I can't pronounce. I think it's phthlaocianon. I can't pronounce it. Oh well. I practiced this word for pthlaocianon. I practiced it for like 15 minutes because it's a word I've never said before or read before. I actually looked it up how to pronounce it because I have never seen it. So good times. All right, so I'm gonna go do it exactly the same way as I did it last night. You might not be in frame. Okay, hold on. Let me move over a bit. So I'm gonna just do it in one of my little baby food containers. So probably about pretty decent dollop of paint in there. I'm probably gonna do just a little. I want to make it a little thicker this time because I don't want it to drop through. So 2 little clumps, we'll say. I would say that's 2 teaspoons of paint or so. Not a huge amount because I don't want a lot if it doesn't work. And for ease, I'm going to pour a little tiny bit in here. That's approximately an ounce maybe. I probably won't use it all. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit at a time because you don't, first of all, it's 2 paint, so it's thicker. If you were to just dump that entire thing in here, it would be a clumpy nightmare mess. So if you just do a little bit at a time and you basically make a paste, then it incorporates into the paint a lot easier. And I do that with all my paints regardless of what I am mixing them into. So if I am, doing any kind of a pour, when I pour the 2 paint out, I will mix it with a small amount of my pouring medium just until it incorporates. And I'm tempted to say that that's enough, but I want to add more. So just because I know approximately how much I put in it last night that worked, and I don't want to deviate too terribly much from what I did. You do have to mix it a lot because it is like water. It's the consistency of water. It's very thin. It's clear. There's absolutely no color to it. It doesn't smell like anything either, which is weird. Maybe it's water. Just kidding. My daughter's being a pill. My 4-year-old is being a pill today for some reason. This actually might be it. Okay. Yeah. Sorry if this is taking a long time, but I want to make sure it's good and mixed so that there is no clumpiness to the paint. I want it to be silky. Ava Lynn, hey, hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Go take it into your sister. Then I'm going to take your iPad away if you can't behave.
But I want to go back to my hajimo.
Okay, and
Outside. I want to do an egg.
see, I'm glad I scraped the stick off into the container. Whoever said 2 was terrible didn't have a 3 and a 4-year-old. I'm about ready to take electronics away from my children, and they're not going to have it at all. But unfortunately, my 7-year-old has to do school online because of COVID. So I don't have the luxury of taking electronics away from her, although she's been good today. She's in her room quietly playing while the 4-year-old is acting like a little tantrum monster face. Ugh, gotta love life. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. But boy, is she difficult sometimes. I can actually see cells inside the container. Kind of funny. It was Wendy Williams? No idea. Yep, it was. How funny is that? I knew she was going to be that. I knew that person was going home. That was the worst voice out of all of them. But it sounds just like her. Okay, so yeah, I think this is ready. I don't know. It's so difficult to figure these things out when it's not new, when it's so new. You want it to pour straight off the stick when you're doing stuff, otherwise you don't want to have paint breakage. We were just watching The Masked Singer. It's one of our faves. I just feel like I put too much in there. Nah, it's fine. I'm just gonna go with it. So I used maybe half of what I poured in here. And I'm gonna pour it back in the container.
I want to do that for the picture.
The other thing that I learned yesterday was how amazing using my hairdryer is, which I have never really had much success using my hairdryer before until I started doing taps. So my pillow paint is H&K Interior Exterior Semi-Gloss White. It's just a pre-mixed container. The best one, and I mix into it JAC 800 and my traditional pouring medium, which is in video 7 if you want to learn how I make my pouring medium. So video 7 is a good video on pouring medium, so if you want to check that out, that would be awesome. Also, since we're talking about videos, if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button. Your support is really awesome, and I appreciate it. So the first color I'm going to put down is the Color Shift Black. Felt like it had a chunk in it. Hopefully not, but... I love these color flash paints from Folk Art. They're really fun. I almost always put the 24 karat gold on black of any brand. I love what gold does when it gets next to black. Really showcases, it mixes with it, and I love that. I'm going to put the Dragon Glaze, my Color Shift, and the Color Shift Dragon Glaze. Okay, and then I'm going to put Pearl White, my Art Mines. Actually, these are one of the first few times I've used Art Mines. I have never used it before. I started using it because it was on sale. And some of them are pretty good. Some of them are not great, but I think they're okay for what I use them for. This is the Antique Copper by Folk Art. I am then going to do the Aqua Flash by Folk Art. Wasn't sure if I was going to use this one. I love the color, but whether or not this will all go together, who knows. It might look like baby poop, or it might be amazing. We will find out. And put more black. Surefire way not to have baby poop is to separate the colors that will make baby poop. And the pearl. I'm gonna end it with the Dragon Glaze. Alright, let me move these paints to the side so I don't spill them or mix them into what my hairdryer blows around. And before I get started, I'm going to make sure you're still in frame, because that would be the worst, is if I did all this and you didn't see any of it. Okay, so hopefully this isn't too thin, and hopefully it works. It is thin though. It's very thin because it's sinking straight away. But as I found out with the one that I did last night, it didn't matter that it was thin. It still worked. Okay. Oh, torch. Let me torch it really quick. Torch is almost out of fuel. Need to refill it. Okay. Just throw that on the ground. Well, I think it works. I'm not sure if the green is what's doing it, or if it's the other paints that are doing it. Interesting. I'm not mad at it by any stretch of the imagination. What do you think, guys? I love that copper color blew around with the green, because I think that dark, luscious copper works really cool with green. Interesting. Seems to work. Huh. Very cool. Bring it up a little closer to you, see if you can see. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know that I put enough paint on the tile, but let's see what we can do with it. Let's see if I can manage not to drop my tile today. Yes, last night I dropped the same tile 3 times. I think that's half the reason why I ended up scraping 2 and starting over. I wonder why this side, maybe I overblew that side. Wow, this kind of reminds me of like a fish. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this was with Liquitex Basic as my cell activator. Interesting. You can see where the pillow paint is right there. Tempted to just take a little dollop of paint and go like that, just to cover that up so I don't have a big white spot right in the middle. And I disguise that a little bit. That's better. It'll be interesting to see. It definitely counts as lacing, which is the whole kind of the coolness to the bloom, was that it's, you know, lacing around the cells. So I think this definitely would qualify as lacing. I mean, I like it. I think it's beautiful. Well, that person can definitely sing. But if this works on more than just Liquitex and maybe on some cheaper paints, this might be a way to start for somebody to start out with doing blooms when you're still trying to feel around, and because I'm new to it. And it is not a cheap form in which to paint. For those of you that did not find a good recipe that worked and had to, spend a considerable time trying different things here and there. I mean, I spent a lot of money on just house paints trying to figure out, a good house paint to use. I have under here 15 cans of paint that is garbage, basically. So, I mean, videos like this would have helped me a lot. What do you think? I think it's great. I think it works perfectly. Okay, let me wash my hands. I'm gonna get another tile and make sure it's not a fluke. I honestly feel like it's too thin, so I'm gonna add a little tiny bit more of paint to it, just because I'm concerned of the paint quality, because I don't want, and it doesn't appear to be crazing, and usually when it's a paint quality issue, you see that right away. So I'm just gonna add another dollop, like equivalent to the first scoop of paint that I put in here. Honey, not right now, please. Towards the end you can, okay? So I'm going just to thicken it up just a little bit, because I'm curious. So I know that when paint is thinned, it floats on top and it will give that appearance of lacing regardless of what's in it. When I first started pouring a few years ago, I had lacing all the time and I had no idea what caused it, but I also didn't know how to mix paints, and I, kind of laugh at, Sophia? My daughter's so loud whenever I'm recording. Okay, so that feels better to me. Okay, I added just a little bit more. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, so I only have 4x4 taped off, so I'm just gonna grab a couple 4x4s, see if I have enough to do a set of green. Okay, house paint, where are you? Here you are. Make sure you can see. That should be fine. Okay, so let's start pillow paint. I'm gonna do basically the same colors I did. Maybe a little itty bitty more paint than I did, because it felt like I didn't have enough pillow paint. The thing about using your blow dryer is it does blow a lot of the paint off, even though it doesn't really seem that way. Okay, I'm gonna go black. Gold. I'm gonna go dragon glaze. Copper. Pearl. Aqua flash. And then I'm gonna just do a little bit more black and gold and green, dragon green. The copper takes over, so I don't want too much more of that in here. table is not level. I keep saying that in every video. I need to pull everything off and reorganize it, but I just haven't done it yet. I have a lot of other things to do and I just haven't done it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one small bit. So, dime size amount. Let me do this. Definite lacing. Not as dramatic as a bigger tile, but my blue kind of funky. I'm just gonna put a couple little drops and blow them. One there, see what is under there, and just a little. I will say that it is fine, especially, these are just test pieces, truthfully. I'm not trying to make the most incredible piece of art in the world. I'm just trying this out. Shouldn't have done that because I think that messed it up, but so I'm fine with how that looks. That actually looks like a flower. It's pretty cool looking. Paint hasn't lifted. It actually kind of looks like a sunflower. So the copper mixed with that aqua flash has made it look almost a weird, funky red color. I don't know if I should put that in there. Doesn't that look like, it totally looks like a sunflower. I think I blew too hard down to the tile. Still, one of the things I commented when I did the video last night was that they held their shape really well, the cells do. And that's half the battle when you're learning to pour, is getting your cells not to go wonky. So I'm gonna have to do a bigger piece. I'm gonna have to do, I don't know if I want to do these colors on a bigger piece. Maybe like, what do I have up here? I got like an 8x10 or something I could do. And I almost never do blooms on anything bigger than these size tiles. 8x8 is the biggest. I blew down to the tile so the center's grabbed on, but I wish I could stretch out that center so I could really see what it looks like, but it's not going to stretch out because I blew down to the surface. There's nothing. So knock that over. So it's not going to do what I want it to do. Okay, let's see what we can create here. I'm sorry, my video's so long. Some interesting colors I chose, though. I'm not mad at them at all. Maybe it looks red because I put that pearl. That's probably why. I did pearl white, then that copper. So that's probably why it's coming off as a funky kind of red hued. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just not generally a color I would use. This paint's so slow. Oh, it's so slow. Okay. I'm not really convinced that this paint could replace the Amsterdam. There's just something very special about Amsterdam paints. I don't know what they do, but they're just special paints. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Liquitex Basics or Artist Loft or any of the other ones. I'm just saying that Amsterdam paints, there's a reason they are expensive. It's because they are special paints. Come on, little buddy. Stretch out. Maybe we could take a nap by the time it gets down to this corner. Just want to take off some of this red color and some of that white. Look at how pretty that green is. I am stoked. I've never used this green before. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it again because now I have a brain block on how to say it. Pthlaocianon or pthlaocianon, something like that. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to get any more movement out of this. I just didn't put enough paint on it. It will. It does sell up when you put heat on it, that is for sure. Come on. Because I've been doing so much resin work, everything's sticky. So what do you think? I will tell you that when I first started trying to do blooms, I couldn't get any lacing like that ever to happen. Let me see what I got open up here in my canvas land. I'm pretty sure I have 8x10 up here. Maybe not though. Yep, I do. I do. See if I can manage not to cover everything with paint while I pull it out. But yeah, I got 8x10 up here. So let's do an 8x10. I'm not going to prep it because this video's gone on long enough. I am going to move those 2 tiles out of the way because I don't want them to get coated with, it doesn't matter, the blow dryer will make a mess. Okay, let me move these little tiles out of the way. I'm running out of drying space though. Here's one of my bloom clocks that I did the other day. I gotta resin them still. Super fun. I gotta organize my art space. It's getting a bit messy again. Okay, so I'm moving these 2 over here to dry. That way we can see them tomorrow dry. At least mostly dry. And I just messed it up. Okay, so I'll put that over here. And this one, I'll show you that one again. Over here, little spot to dry. And I just put my arm in the little tile. It's one of those days. Okay. The question is if I have enough of the green to make it work. I'm sure I do. All right, let's get on this. I want more house paint this time. I want to have quite a base. And I want to make sure that I didn't just see a clump right here. And I sure did. And what that was, you always get little bits of paint clumping when you have open and close and open and close and open and close. Okay. This poor girl's having no luck at this game. Okay, so that was the black, now the gold. Dragon glaze. I'm gonna go the white. Pearl. Aqua Flash. It's a cool color. It looks blue one way, it looks green the other way. I'm just not going to put copper on that one. I am going to put black on it. I love you too, honey. You goofball. I think I'm gonna skip the copper actually.
It's me, tattletale. I'm fun.
Yeah, it's a long video. I'm gonna edit some of it out. Honey, I'm busy. Can you just not bump me? Are you okay?
Yeah. I just smashed myself in my arm.
Don't do that, okay?
You little turd.
I came to the realization she doesn't care that I'm recording and that she does it on purpose to not be nice to her mama.
Sorry.
Don't hit yourself. Seriously, go now. That's not even funny.
No, big brother.
Okay, I lost track of what I was doing. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a little bit more dragon glaze. And then I'm gonna top it off with the black and the gold again. Actually, no, just the black. I want to see what this green will look like on the black. Will it make it glow? Okay, I'm gonna torch this and let's see what we get. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of this light green pearl metallic color. It's by Anita's Pearl Blue. I think it might actually be really pretty. It's a little thinner. Oh, shit. So I added that, a little tiny bit of gold. Okay. Let me just rotate this around. Just back to the center. Alright, move this stuff out the way. Get these paints out of the way. Question of the day will be, will it be better that I took out the copper or not? Don't know. I think the colors are good. I'm not the biggest fan of greens, but I like these greens. I just don't want my paint to get dry to edges because I've been taking so long to do this video, you guys. I'm sorry. But bubbles. Sometimes popping these big bubbles is necessary. Okay. My favorite show is starting. Our summer show that we watch every year, Big Brother. And it's the season finale tonight, so we get to see who wins, which I'm super excited about. Love that show. It's season, I think, 22 this season. And I think my husband and I have watched all seasons, but it's either season 1 or 2 we missed. And a few other seasons where we kind of dipped in and out. We weren't religious followers of it, but we have watched at least the last 15 seasons consistently every episode. So it's always fun to see a show start to finish, and it's fun. It's got fun things they do to them, to their contestants. It's funny. And yeah, it's a good show. If you don't watch it, you'll have to catch up on it and check it out. It's a good show. All right, let's get this show on the road. Just gonna do a good size amount, but not all of it, because I'm gonna save some in case there's a few little spots that I want to add some to. Okay. I cannot stop myself from overblowing. I don't know why, but I am not capable of stopping myself from overblowing. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Let's see what happens. We gotta let that paint pool in. Torch. Any more paint falling off this side? So I'm gonna rotate that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little bit more house paint and I'm gonna kind of just pour around the edges ever so lightly, just to help it move. Come on. Just don't want to pour the whole bottle. Just to give a little bit more of a pillow, I guess. It's a lot of paint, but it's all right. I will gladly use a lot of paint to have a really good result. And I am loving what I'm seeing so far. So. Okay. I'm just gonna get those in there.
Pretty rocky. That first one was bad, but then the second two, they gotta be a lot quicker. They gotta hit the piggies harder, and they get off that balance beat.
Okay. Come on. The hardest part about this technique is waiting. You have to wait for the puddle to work its way back in, or when you start stretching it out, you'll roll right over all the prettiness that you created in the middle. And everything I see here shows me that this XIM product is a great alternative as a cell activator. I am thoroughly excited to do more, truthfully, just to see what other mediums it will work with. Will it work? Could I ever... Maybe I could get a Dutch pour to work. Who knows? Out of all of the techniques I have tried in the liquid pouring world, the Dutch pour, I can't get it to work. I have had no luck ever on Dutch pours. Just gonna pop some bubbles. pretty happy with this, you guys. And it kind of looks like a flower. I'm tempted to pull my table out and spin it, but I don't want that mess. Just want to make sure it's released. It's almost released. I'm gonna spin it. I don't care about the mess. I'm gonna spin it. Got it. Might as well use it. Let me get a puppy pad. I'm gonna spin this a little bit because this one is really neat. Okay. All right. Oh, what am I doing? It's not gonna work. See, I'm so freaking tired today. I can't even. Stupid. Okay, well, it's gonna be a gentle. I can just put it in front of me. Yeah, that'll work. I just don't want paint flying all over everything. Doing it very ever so gently. Normally I would take this outside to spin. Go that way. It doesn't help when you're not taped on because I didn't plan to do it this way. And I don't even know if you can see it, so if you can't, I'm sorry. I will show it to you when I'm done. See if I can just get this one corner done, covered. I'll be done. Oh my god, it's so freaking beautiful! I'm so excited. This is so amazing. Cool. It's just the messiest type of painting in the world. When you spin it, it's just so freaking messy. But it's gorgeous.
Wow.
I'm just gonna fix these corners a little bit. And this baby's done. Isn't it gorgeous? What do you think?
Yeah, and so you have that dialed in. Next one you do more flowery colors.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, seriously? It's so pretty. Okay, let me wash my hands and I'll take you in for a close-up. Actually, hold on 1 second. Oh, I just want these corners to go over just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I don't want to... Oh, let me go this way. That's all I needed then. And that did it right there.
It's just me, yo. It's me. I'm my own worst enemy. I want out. You guys take each other, great. You guys won. That's it. Give me third place, I want to get out of here, yo. That's it. awesome game. I'm proud of what I did. Third place is awesome. I just feel bad for everyone who had hope in me and I couldn't come through. I feel bad for you guys, yo. That's it. 42 years old. I tried to hang with you guys. You guys are awesome. I give you guys that. That's it. I will not campaign for nobody. You guys do what you guys gotta do. Trust me on that. You guys already know who you guys are taking. It is what it is, yo. That's it. I'm ready to go. Frustrated with my performances. I'm frustrated how I compete. I'm learning here.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you in for a close-up.
This is something new. Enzo sucks at times. We get that. Bunch of piggies.
Up next, we may have lost the HOH and the pool, but does this really spell the end of the game for Enzo? And then, first 8 members of the jury gathered to learn who made it to the final 3 and to debate who they think deserves the $500 million grand prize. Stay with us.
Alright, I'm sorry this video is taking so long, you guys, but I think it was worth the wait. What do you think? Check out the detail. I am just freaking flabbergasted right now. Here, let me just spin it around since I have it on here. I would say this product is a win. If it will work as a cell activator in all paints, and I think it was $8 or $8.99, something along those lines. I am so excited. Alright, you guys, I'm sorry for the long video, and I will make it shorter, I promise. Thank you guys for your support and watching my videos. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. Hit the notification bell. And I will see you on the next pour.